Why is slang important to know in a language? Now, when you're learning a language, slang is always kind of one of those things that's usually an obstacle for people, or it could be something fun for people. But the important thing about slang, for me in language learning anyways, is, I'm not the type of person where, that uses a lot of slang. Like, I don't like slang personally. I don't want to use slang. I don't want to say something dirty or something that might offend somebody, or, anything like that. And I don't think that all too often foreigners are expected to know slang. And, I'm just the type of person where I'd rather kind of be more formal, I guess, with my speech. But I still think slang is an extremely important thing to know. And this is my book on German slang. And that translates to the S word in English. And I think all too often when people get to that intermediate stage in language learning, or even in the beginning stages, they always are thinking about, what vocabulary should I learn? What words should I learn? Which words are important? And when they think about that, they're like, which words am I going to speak? Which words am I going to use? And they go mainly on that sometimes. I'm not saying everyone does this, but I'm saying a lot of people do. I've noticed it. And there's something wrong with that in my opinion. I think you should look for words that not only you want to be able to speak and use, but words that you want to understand. So you're not lost in a conversation, or you're not lost in, the situation you're in. And that's where slang comes in my opinion. I think slang's really important to know just so that you can understand it. So that when people are saying, certain things. Like, for instance, if you're in a bar and someone's trying to cause trouble with you, which can happen, whether you like it or not, you gotta be able to understand, what's going on. Otherwise, you'll be in a very weird, uncomfortable situation that might not end up so great. So I think slang is important to know. I think it's also important to, be able to understand people who use slang a lot, who might have a background, might come from a place where slang is the norm. So I think in that aspect, it's good to know slang just so you can understand it. But like I said, most people don't expect foreigners to know slang. I personally don't try not to use that much slang. And, some people do like to use slang, and they think it's really fun and really funny, and they do it, all the power to them. That's another, thing. People, they like it. So, I guess go learn it if you like it. It's, your life. So, I think it's something important to know. And I think emphasis should also be put on what you want to understand and not just what you want to be able to speak. Like, for instance, right now I have a box of Chinese flashcards that I recently got. And, I picked out words that I thought were important. There's leisurely, the mail, the joke, the library, and, it has the Chinese on front and whatnot. I look for words that I want to be able to understand, and words that I think I will use in conversation. So that's another point I want to make in this video. Concentrate on what you want to be able to understand, as well as what you think you might use in speech.